Good morning, all of you, my dear students. Okay. So, dear students, now continuation of electrochemistry. Electrode potential, single electrodes. Yesterday I explained redox of cell and hydrogen electrode. Calomel electrode not completed. So today I will finish calomel electrode, and another one is calomel electrode. Calomel electrode. Calomel electrode consists of mercury covered with mercurous chloride solution. Mercurous chloride solution with mercurous chloride with solution of KCl. So the potential of calomel electrode is its potential. So calomel electrode its potential value. So its potential value 0.2422 volts. Calomel electrode. It can be represented by calomel electrode simply Hg liquid and Hg2Cl2 solid. So another one is KCl, simply KCl. It is a aqueous solution like that. So these are potential value of calomel electrode. How much? 0.2422. Potential value of calomel electrode is 0.2422, and the cell represented by, so representation of cell representation Hg liquid and Hg2Cl2 mercurous chloride. We are keeping with liquid with KCl solution. So that is a calomel electrode. Generally, three types of calomel electrodes is there. Three types of calomel electrodes is there. Three types of calomel electrodes. First one is generally calomel electrode potential depends on the concentration of KCl solution. Calomel electrode potential depends on the concentration of potassium chloride solution. Okay, so calomel electrode potential value depends on the concentration of KCl solution. Suppose if the KCl solution is saturated, when KCl solution is saturated, when KCl solution is saturated, the type of calomel electrode is known as, so when KCl solution is saturated, the calomel electrode is known as, then calomel electrode is known as, is called standard calomel electrode. The calomel electrode is called standard calomel electrode or saturated calomel electrode. It is similar to calomel electrode, SCA, saturated calomel electrode. So first case, when KCl solution is saturated, potassium, generally calomel electrode potential value depends on the potassium chloride solution. When KCl solution is saturated, the calomel electrode is called standard calomel electrode or saturated calomel electrode. It is a secondary reference calomel electrode. It is a secondary reference calomel electrode. So generally, standard calomel electrode or saturated calomel electrodes are another name is, it is a secondary reference calomel electrode. Primary reference electrode, hydrogen electrode. Normal hydrogen, yesterday I given standard hydrogen electrode. Standard hydrogen electron, it is the primary reference of electrode. It is the secondary reference of electrode. It is a secondary reference of calomel electrode. It is a secondary reference of calomel electrode. Anyway, these are first case. Next, when KCl solution is one normal, that is known as the calomel electrode is called the calomel electrode. The calomel electrode is called normal calomel electrode. Normal calomel electrode. So normal calomel electrode, simply NCE, normal calomel electrode. Normal calomel electrode means when KCl solution is one normality. When KCl solution is one normal, the calomel electrode is called normal calomel electrode, simply NCE. NCE means normal calomel electrode. So generally we know the potential of calomel electrode depends on the potential value of calomel electrode depends on the concentration of KCl solution. When KCl solution is saturated, the calomel electrode is called standard calomel electrode or saturated calomel electrode. And the second case, when KCl solution is one normal, we know one normal means one normality. One normal means normality 1. When KCl solution is one normal, the calomel electrode is called normal calomel electrode, simply NCE. So normality. One normal means normality 1. Normality is 1. Okay, and the third case. When concentration of KCl solution is 0.1 normal, DC normal, the calomel electrode is called the calomel electrode. The calomel electrode is called DC normal calomel electrode. DC normal calomel electrode. Simply DC normal calomel electrode, DNCA. When concentration of KCl solution is 0.1 normal. 0.1 means DC. CM means 0.5, DC means 0.1. We know normality concept. When concentration of KCl solution is 0.1 DC normal, the calomel electrode is called DC normal calomel electrode, simply DNCA. So these are different types of, 3 types of calomel electrodes are we are observing. First type of calomel electrode, standard calomel electrode or secondary reference calomel electrode. Here in this solution, KCl solution is saturated, completely saturated. Second category, one normal KCl solution, that is known as normal calomel electrode. And the third case, the KCl solution concentration is 0.1 DC normal, that is known as DC normal calomel electrode, simply DNCA. So these are different types of calomel electrode. Calomel electrode potential value of calomel electrode depends on the concentration of KCl solution. Finally, the potential value of calomel electrode is 0.2422 volts. So these are calomel electrode. So these are different types of calomel electrode. Okay students, up to here different types of calomel electrode. So these are different important points in objective purpose. Okay, then some points are IP purpose no need. Now today we will explain very important in IPE point of view, intermediate public point of view and objective point of view, very important. Now we will discussing about that. So we will discuss about that galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Galvanic cell or voltaic cell, important. In IP point of important, for objective also important. Generally, it is a one type of electrochemical cell. Last time explained electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell means a device in which chemical reaction operates is known as electrochemical cell. These are two types: galvanic cell or voltaic cell, and the second one is electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell. So, electrochemical cell was first constructed by Galvani or voltaic. Galvani or voltaic. Hence it is known as galvanic cell or voltaic. Electrochemical cell was first constructed by Galvani or volt. It is also known as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Okay. In galvanic and voltaic cell, here in this cell, in galvanic and voltaic cell, first electrochemical cell was constructed by Galvani or Volta. Hence it is known as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. In this galvanic cell, generally chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Generally, in galvanic and voltaic cell contain two half cells. So galvanic and voltaic cell contain two half cells. These contain two half cells. Half cells is nothing but electrodes. Two half cells. Hence it is known as single electrodes. These are known as single electrodes. And these contain two half cells. And another one is a metal or metal rod dipped into an ionic solution. It works as electrode. So write the point. Generally, a metal or metal rod. Write down points. My dear students, first write down points. A metal or metal rod dipped into an ionic solution. It works as an electrode. Electrodes are two types: cathode electrode and anode electrode. Here, once again, it contains two half cells. So, the metal or metal rod dipped in ionic solution, it works as an electrode. And another one is in galvanic cell. In galvanic cell, generally two half cells. Is there in galvanic cell. Next point, zinc rod. Zinc rod is dipped into the zinc sulfate solution. Zinc rod is dipped into the zinc sulfate solution. It acts as anode. It acts as anode. Sign is negative. Generally, in normal electrodes, anode positive, but in these cells, sign is negative. So here anode sign negative. Next, zinc loses 2 electrons. Zinc loses 2 electrons. Zinc loses 2 electrons. Zinc loses 2 electrons. It undergoes oxidation. It undergoes oxidation. Zinc loses 2 electrons. It undergoes oxidation. Losing electron, that means zinc having rich electrons. Zinc having rich electrons. Simple I am taking. Zinc rod is dipped into the zinc sulfate solution. Simply ZnSO4 or simply Zn here solid and Zn2 plus aqueous solution. Generally in electrodes, in electrolytic cell, generally in voltaic cell, generally electrode symbol. Electrode can be represented by vertical line or semicolon. So note this point. In electrode, this type of electrodes in electrochemistry, vertical line or semicolon means electrode. Electrode means cathode or anode. Simply, once right. So these are electrode symbol. These are semicolon or vertical line. So generally in this type of cells, vertical line or semicolon represented. So generally electrodes can be represented by semicolon or vertical line. So these are electrode, or simply I am writing like that. Zn yes semicolon Zn2 plus aqueous. It is also correct. Anyway, better you try. Okay, zinc rod is dipped into the zinc sulfate. It acts as a anode. Sign is negative. Zinc loses 2 electrons. It undergoes oxidation. Zinc having rich electrons. Zinc sulfate. So that is a in zinc. Next, already I told. So voltaic cell containing 2 half cells. So now I am explaining. So these are first half cell and the second half cell. Copper rod dipped into the copper sulfate solution. So copper gains 2 electrons. It undergoes reduction. Copper electrode is it acts as copper electrode acts as a cathode. Sign is positive. Zinc rod acts as a anode, sign is negative. Copper rod acts as a positive. Copper rod acts as a cathode, the sign is positive. Once again, zinc rod acts as a anode, the sign is negative. Copper electrode acts as a cathode, the sign is positive. So zinc electrode anode, copper electrode cathode. Zinc electrode sign minus, copper electrode sign positive. Okay. Copper having 4 electrons. Copper having 4 electrons. Copper having 4 electrons. Generally here copper sulfate aqueous solution usage to Cu2 plus aqueous or Cu. Another one is Cu2 plus aqueous or Cu solid. And another one is Cu2 plus aqueous semicolon or Cu you are solid. Anyway, better you concentrate first or second anyone. So, zinc rod dip into the zinc sulfate solution, it acts as a anode. Copper rod dip into copper sulfate solution, it acts as a cathode. Okay. Next, another one is, write down. These two solutions are contact with salt bridge. Copper sulfate and zinc sulfate. These two solutions are connected with. These two solutions are connected with one type of vessel that is known as a salt bridge. Next point. These two solutions connected with a salt bridge. These two solutions are connected with. These two solutions are connected with a salt bridge. What do you mean by salt bridge? Salt bridge is a U-shaped steel vessel. Salt bridge is a salt bridge. After that, complete the points. I will give structure. Salt bridge is a U-shaped steel vessel. It contain agar-agar gel. Agar-agar gel and contact with it contact with an electrolyte KCl or KNO3. Agar-agar gel and it contact with an electrolyte KCl or potassium chloride or potassium nitrate. It is the electrolyte is nth electrolyte. The electrolyte is nth electrolyte. What is the importance of salt bridge? Salt bridge prevents the solutions of two half cells. Salt bridge prevents the solutions of two half cell electrically neutrality. It prevents the mixing of two solutions electrically neutral. It connect the solutions of two half cells. So it prevents the solutions of two half cells electrically neutrality, and it control the two solutions. So the cannot pass the solutions first solution to another solution. It control the two solutions. So these are importance of salt bridge. Okay. Now I will give first structure. Here a zinc rod, a copper rod. Okay. Now draw the structure of galvanic cell. Construction of galvanic cell. Your voltmeter, your zinc rod, your zinc sulfate solution, your copper rod, your copper sulfate solution, a salt bridge. Okay, simply construction of galvanic cell. Zinc rod acts as a anode, copper rod acts as a cathode. Okay, so these are construction of galvanic cell. Not completed, once right. They are very important, my dear students. Very, very important. In IB point of view, important. Objective point of view, and so on. Very easy. Generally, in galvanic cell, the electrons in external circuit, the electrons in the external circuit flow from the zinc rod to copper rod, zinc to copper. So, generally, in galvanic cell, electrons flow in the external circuit from zinc to copper. So, in galvanic cell, the electrons in the external circuit flows from zinc to copper. Then the electrons are flowing, so flow of electrons from zinc to copper, but current flow from copper to zinc. Understand my point? Flow of electrons from zinc rod to copper, but current flows from copper to zinc. That point very important. Write down first. So, write down structure. So, flow of electrons in the external circuit flow of electrons in the external circuit from zinc to copper, but the flow of current from copper to zinc. You know physics concept also. Generally electrons one direction. Electron direction opposite current will pass. Understand point? Generally electron direction opposite direction. Current will pass. Anyway, flow of electrons in the external circuit from zinc to copper, but flow of current from copper to zinc. Flow of current from copper to zinc. Okay, so these are galvanic cell, very very important. And in galvanic cell, electrode reactions. So chemical reactions and electrode reactions. Of galvanic cell and cell representation. Chemical reactions and electrode reactions of galvanic cell and cell representation. Here first zinc solid, losing of electron Zn2 plus, here aqueous plus 2 electron at anode. And another is Cu2 plus aqueous, gaining of 2 electron gives rise to Cu solid at cathode. Once right, at cathode. Let's write down. Okay, Cu2 plus Cu. Okay, total reaction simply Zn solid, Cu2 plus aqueous gives rise to Zn2 plus aqueous and Cu solid. Total reaction. Zn solid, Cu2 plus aqueous. Okay. Next, galvanic cell representation. Simply Zn solid, Zn2 plus aqueous, these two parallel lines, Cu2 plus aqueous and Cu. Here. In this case, these meaning electrode, cathode or anode. Two parallel lines indicate the salt bridge. Write down the point. So in this formula, cell representation, it is a cell representation. Galvanic cell representation. Two parallel lines indicates the salt bridge. One vertical line indicates the electrode. It is a simple galvanic cell representation. Or simply another one is. We know Zn as these are semicolon and Zn2 plus aqueous, two parallel lines. Next Cu2 plus aqueous or semicolon and Cu solid. Anyone correct? It is a very easy. So that is a construction of galvanic cell. And another one is in galvanic cell. Two half cells. Galvanic cell contain two half cells. One oxidation half cell, another one is reduction half cell. Oxidation and reduction reaction takes place simultaneously. Hence it is a redox reaction takes place. So in galvanic cell, one half cell having oxidation reaction, another half cell having reduction reaction takes place. This type of reactions are known as a redox reaction. This type of cell is known as redox half cell. It is a best example of redox half cell. So it is a construction of galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So next another one is galvanic or voltaic cell. Next another one is Daniell cell. Same principle. Daniell cell also containing two half cells. Zinc rod is dipped into the zinc sulfate solution. Copper rod dipped into the copper sulfate solution. In Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, In Daniell cell's principle, galvanic cell principle same, all same ditto. But in Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, porous part or porous diaphragm can be used. That point different. Remaining all are same. Now I will give Daniell cell construction simply. So galvanic cell, Daniell cell same principles, same construction. But only one point difference. What one point? In Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, porous part or porous diaphragm can be used. That point a difference. On say. In Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, porous part or porous diaphragm can be used. Remaining principle same. Zinc rod dipped into the zinc sulfate solution, copper rod dipped into the copper sulfate solution. Zinc acts as a anode, copper acts as a cathode. That point same. Now I will give you Daniell cell construction simply. Same. Zinc rod, these are copper rod. So it is a zinc sulfate solution. It is a copper sulfate solution. Same electrons. Same. It is a Daniell cell. So principle, galvanic cell or Daniell cell, both are same. Same principle, same chemical reaction, same models, all points same. But only one point different. In Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, we can use porous part or porous diaphragm. So that is a Daniell cell connection. So anyway, galvanic cell and voltaic cell. Simply, in galvanic and voltaic cell, first electrochemical cell. In this principle, chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Zinc rod acts as a anode, sign negative. Copper rod acts as a cathode, it is a positive sign. The electrons flow from zinc rod to copper rod and the current flows from copper rod to zinc rod. So in galvanic or voltaic cell, two half cells. One half cell containing oxidation reactions, another half cell containing reduction of reactions. So simultaneously oxidation and reduction reaction takes place. Hence this type of reactions are known as redox reaction, or it is a redox of cell. So oxidation reaction takes place at anode, reduction reaction takes place at cathode. So these are construction of galvanic or voltaic cell. Generally in electrodes are represented by semicolon or one vertical line. One vertical line or semicolon. Two parallel lines indicate the salt bridge. Salt bridge prevents the solutions of two half cell electrically neutrality. So cannot mix with each other. These two solutions are separated by salt bridge. Okay, so these are salt bridge and galvanic or voltaic cell. So these are Daniell cell. Okay, So in Daniell cell, instead of salt bridge, porous water, porous diagram can be used. So these are our Daniell, so galvanical voltaic cell. Okay students, today excellent concept I explained. So remaining concept, some points is there. So IP point of view, this is an information enough. So objective point of view, some points is there. Next class I will explain. Okay, my dear students, today enough. Thank you for all.